Alright, we are back for Moto 2 of the Muddy Waters GP, and I'll be completely honest with you, I am not looking forward to making this video. So I pointed out at the end of the last video, things in Moto 2 do not go as well as they did in Moto 1, but with that said, we'll have some fun with this video and we'll just evaluate what went wrong. Moto 2 here is a live engine start. We can see right away there are some pretty deep ruts coming into that little valley on the track. Not very good start on my end. I'm really towards the back. So for this moto, I guess I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I was not expecting the track to break down as much as it did. There were a ton of braking bumps, a ton of ruts, and I was not prepared for it. But to be honest, when I was first looking through this footage, I honestly thought that there was something wrong with the SD card or the camera because I thought the footage was in slow motion, but no, this is real time right now, so we're riding slow. I'm kind of shocked at this point, given what we're riding over. I thought everything was going to be smooth and it was going to be easy like it was first moto, but no, that's not how things work. So, kind of forgot how tracks break down in GPs. So, something to keep in mind moving forward throughout the season here. But yeah, I assume the footage was broken because of how slow things were going, but I'm just not prepared for this. Unfortunately for this race, there's no battles. I don't really pass too many people. It's kind of the opposite where I mainly get passed as the race goes on. I'm not ahead of very many people to start with here because of the poor start that I had, but I'm just moving backwards at this point from the start of the race to the end. So just finished up the first lap, moving on to lap number 2. Got passed by a few people here. I'm trying my best to keep up with them and not lose too much ground. I am frustrated as the race is going on here with how I'm riding, but I just don't have much left in the tank. I use a lot of energy in Moto 1. I know I said in the video that it felt like I wasn't using that much energy and I didn't get too exhausted, but the break in between Moto 1 and Moto 2, as the adrenaline went down, I started feeling it, but not to use that as an excuse. I think what this footage and what we're seeing here really is showing is just a lack of preparation and a lack of riding. So I do plan to get out onto the track more before the next race, just ride more woods, more rough conditions, and try and get myself more prepared and a little bit better. Because right now it's really just showing up to races and expecting a good result with very little riding. We've seen in previous years where I start out the year where I do a couple of rides, then I mainly just race throughout the summer, and then I get a little bit burnt out, and then I move to riding towards the end of the year. So If you watched my video of the schedule of races I plan on doing, you'll notice that I do one or a maximum of two races per month. So I really want to keep riding as the season progresses and work out the kinks as we go along. So for this last lap here, we'll do a continuous cut and I'll shut my mouth so you guys can see the full track and how it broke down compared to the full lap that I showed the first lap of Moto 1. Coming through this last woods section, you can see I am just dogging it at this point. Not really fully on the gas. Some lappers are coming through, so trying to stay out of their way, just pulling over for them and not holding them up, which I'm losing time doing that, but it's nothing too significant given how slow I'm riding to begin with. But again, we need to take a step back and remember my goal that I had for this race, which was just to get out and treat this as a ride. So I am disappointed with how I rode, but um, really I got out and I rode, which was the main goal. Now, not great, but um, I can't be too disappointed about having a poor result because my goal for this race was not to get a good result, it was just to get out and ride. But again, definitely some kinks to work out, mainly endurance. I know with Moto 1, I was able to catch people and pass people, so that's not really much of a concern for me. Really, it's just endurance and riding over this rough terrain or um, a deformed track. So that's something that will work out and hopefully get better as the year goes on. But again, focusing on the goal here, I got out and I rode, and my goal was just to treat this as a ride day. So we're coming to the last section of the track before the finish. I think again I cut out a lap. Not a lot happened. It was just mainly me riding by myself for this entire race and then getting lapped by a few people here on this last lap. So I did 4 of the 5 laps that we were supposed to do because again, got lapped. Now, in regards to the actual result, I have no idea how I finished this second moto. I know it wasn't good, but I'm not sure what place I got in because I left before the results were even posted. And to be honest, I'm not really sure if I even want to know how I finished this race. We'll just count Moto 2 as a mulligan, and then looking through this footage, I know what I need to practice, so we'll get back out to the practice track, work out some kinks, and we'll be ready for the next race. So, I appreciate you all watching, even though this footage may have not been the most exciting, but I show the good races, and also on the other side of that, I show the bad races. So nothing is hidden, this just turned out to be a bad race. But regardless, I will see you all in the next video.